How many hours have I spent in the waiting room of a doctor's office over the past 13 years? I've lost count. During that time, I've endured an unending series of muscle biopsies, MRIs, blood tests, and various other forms of poking, probing, and prodding, and still no diagnosis I can depend on. When I was in high school, my best friend, Patrick Gray, used to come with me to a lot of my appointments, but the distance between his home in Idaho and mine in Southern California makes that a little difficult now. Since moving to San Diego, I've often sat there alone, waiting for answers. Today, I'm grateful my wife, Kirsten, is able to be with me. The door leading back to the exam room opens, and Jennifer, my doctor's medical assistant, surveys the busy waiting room. We make eye contact, and even though she knows Kirsten and me well, she goes through the formality of calling me by name. Justin Skeesuck, come on back. By the time I get to my feet, with my leg braces and cane keeping me upright, Kirsten is already at the door. She knows I want to get there on my own, even if it takes me a while. As we continue down the hall, Kirsten and Jennifer slow their gait to allow me to keep up. I like your cane, Justin, Jennifer says as we approach the exam room. Is it new? I look down at the dark purple wood. Yes, my best friend made it for me. It's beautiful. When the weakness spread from my left leg to my right, Patrick purchased a 4-foot slab of Purple Heart wood and spent hours in his garage with the jigsaw and hand sanding tools, fashioning a beautiful cane. It has become a cherished symbol of our lifelong friendship. The doctor will be with you in a few minutes, Jennifer says as my wife and I take our seats. Smiling, she closes the door softly. Kirsten has come prepared for the wait. She pulls a magazine out of her purse and begins to thumb through the pages to pass time. I settle into my chair, lean my head back against the wall, and close my eyes as time seems to stand still. It's taking longer than normal, Kirsten says after a while as she replaces the magazine in her purse. There were a lot of people in the waiting room today, I reply. I'm just hoping that when he gets here, he has some answers this time. For years, my team of neurologists has struggled to identify what exactly is going on in my body. While my symptoms are similar to those of some well-known diseases, such as ALS, they don't perfectly align with any of them. We're hoping this latest round of tests, blood work, and muscle biopsies will bring a breakthrough, anything that will give me some insight into what the future might hold. I would be satisfied at this point just to have a name for what I have. My team of physicians has gone through 4 diagnoses so far, and all have proved to be incorrect. Whatever I have is so rare, they aren't sure it even has a name. The doctor finally walks in and takes a seat on the rolling stool. His white lab coat hangs loosely over a tweed sport coat, and his salt and pepper hair is combed neatly. He glances at my chart in his hands and looks at Kirsten and me through his large metal-rimmed glasses. Hey guys, how are you doing today? He says with a faint hint of a smile. Hoping for some answers, I reply with a chuckle, but expecting more questions. Fair enough. Well, today, we have a little bit of both. Never one for chit-chat, he quickly begins his exam. Working his way from head to toe, he checks my eyes, listens to my heart and lungs, checks my blood pressure, tests my reflexes, and probes for any pain in my joints. He finishes the exam by testing my hand strength to make sure the weakness hasn't spread. Seemingly satisfied, he says, "Let's head down the hall." We follow him, as we have done dozens of times before, to finish my appointment in the quiet of his office, a surprisingly small space filled with a large desk in the center surrounded by walls of bookshelves full of medical journals and books with names I can't pronounce. His diploma from Harvard and several framed awards have a prominent place on the wall. We've never been more certain of a diagnosis than we are now, he says as he settles into his desk chair and we sit down across from him. All right, I say. Does it have a name? The doctor's face tightens almost imperceptibly. We're pretty certain you have what is called multifocal acquired motor axonopathy, or MAMA for short. What exactly is it? Kirsten asks. It's similar in many respects to ALS, which is why Justin was misdiagnosed the first time around. Turning to me, he continues, Your immune system is attacking your nervous system.